Northwood University held their 2018 Outstanding Alumni Awards on Thursday, March 22nd in Rietma Arena. The keynote speaker of the evening was entrepreneur, proven CEO, motivational speaker, Hollywood film producer, and published author Jeff Hoffman. Jeff has been part of a number of well-known companies, which include ubid.com, Priceline, Color Jar, and more. During Jeff Hoffman's visit on campus, I was able to sit down with him to hear more about his career and what's led him to where he is today. At what age did you know that you wanted to be a global business leader?
Actually, pretty young, but not business, the global part.
Okay.
And I just thought that the only way I was going to get to see the globe was if it was my business. And I will tell you, it started in 7th grade because we had to read a Mark Twain book, and Mark Twain had a quote that was on the first page of the book. I'm going to paraphrase it. Okay. The quote said, "Travel is the fatal enemy of prejudice." And I started thinking about that. Our teacher said, "What do y'all think that means?" And it means that the more world traveled you are, the more you understand the human race, right? The more people like you spend time with, the more of an empathetic person you'll be. And I was like, man, I want to be that person. And I want to travel the globe. And then I started thinking, well, how am I going to do that? I'm poor, right? We grew up with no money. So I said, what if I got into a business where my job was to travel around the globe so I could get a chance to explore new cultures? Then I could be that person that I wanted to be.
What fueled your success?
I would say, above all else, it might have been empathy, which is what I was trying to develop. And the reason that I said that is I figured out if I surrounded myself with people smarter than me, then I'd be able to get a lot more stuff done than I could ever do. But the way I was able to do that was by learning empathy, by actually listening to every individual person to find out who are you, what are you about, what do you care about, what do you want. So then I could figure out to design a reason and a career path for you to come join my company. If I want you to come join me on this journey, I got to figure out what you want, what are you trying to do, and what your goals are. So I learned to be a good listener. I would look around and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe the amazing team that I have. And I'd someday sit there and think, why do they all want to work for me? And they would say, because we feel like you're engaged with us and you care about what we're doing. So I think that empathy and listening skill enabled me to build a team of motivated people around me that were all smarter than me.
What have you done throughout your career to truly stick to your values?
You know what the answer to that is? Walked away a lot of times. There were times in my life where somebody put big money on the table and everybody said, man, you should take it. It's, your chance for fame and fortune. Mm-hmm. And I said, there's something about this deal or this person that violates my values. And I walked away. You know what somebody said to me once? They said, Jeff, have you ever heard the expression, nice guys finish last? I said, yeah, it's an old expression. They said, it's true. They said, if you're going to be Mr. Nice Guy or whatever, you'll never succeed. That actually made me more determined because I didn't believe that. I said, here's a crazy thought. What if it's the opposite? What if sticking to my values and treating people right and never doing the wrong thing right? Mistake, I'm not talking about mistakes, I'm talking about ethically and morally. Mm-hmm. What if I maintained a level of integrity that I would never violate for any amount of money? Maybe that would attract the kind of people I want to be around, and maybe that would cause me to succeed instead of prevent me. There are 2 business people that came to me that were going to make me successful and rich way back when. Both of them are in prison for fraud. And everybody around me said, you're an idiot, why didn't you take that deal? And I said, something doesn't feel right. Mm-hmm. This person doesn't feel like we're the same. They're like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Actually, firmly holding to the values that count attracts the kind of people you want to be around, other people that have those values. And when you gather them together, amazing things happen. So turns out we succeeded while actually being nice. It is possible.
How challenging was that pressure for you?
There'll be times when you're alone at night and things aren't going great and you're like, I wonder if I made the right decision. Every time I concluded that I did. I know I made the right choices and did the right thing. And then later, when it turned out we were successful doing that, it felt even better to have succeeded the right way, not the fast way or the easy way.
What would you say out of all of your success has been the biggest achievement for you?
The biggest achievement for me is the opportunity as a business owner to create opportunities for other people. One day I'm sitting in my office and my assistant says, you better come see this guy. This guy comes in the office. It's a young man from Vietnam, barely speaks English. He's got these like wet papers in his hand that turns out is his resume. And he's looking down. And in this defeated voice, without even making eye contact, he says, yeah, I know, you don't want to hire me either, sorry. And I was like, well, I don't want to hire you with that attitude. What's your story? And he says, I escaped Vietnam. And he said, now we're in the U.S. and I'm just trying to feed my family. I said, you're hired. And he said, to do what? I said, I'll figure it out tomorrow. Here's what happened. My employees loved him so much, they took turns teaching him English at night. And the programmers took turns on weekends teaching him how to write code. Today, the guy has a beautiful home, a wife, 2 daughters in college, and he's the VP of a big IT company. My point is, if I hadn't worked hard enough to build a company where I could hire people, I could never open that door. So for me, the biggest accomplishment is I've been able to create opportunities for other people and positively impact someone else's life besides my own. That means the most to me.
That's an amazing story, very touching, and shows a lot about your character as well.
Thank you.
What advice could you offer Northwood University students who hope to be in your shoes someday?
Go forward boldly. Don't listen to the naysayers when they make fun of your dreams and your goals. And every time I had another big dream, everybody laughed at me. People said, why can't you just get a job like everyone else? Tune all that out. Don't let people talk you out of your dreams, and then just boldly go. The worst thing in life is not failing. The shame in life is in not trying. If you try and you fail, you can shake it off, right? If our film company, our production company had failed, I could live with it because we gave it our best shot and it wasn't meant to be. But if I never tried, I would have spent my whole life looking at you guys making productions and saying, man, I wonder if I could have done that. So go forth boldly, try things, stumble, fail, get up and try again. While everyone else is sitting safely behind the sidelines on the couch where it's safe and home, you should be out there trying. Again, even when you fail, you'll have a much better story than the person that never left the couch.